the USA, United States of America's incumbent President Joe Biden tests COVID positive. Biden has mild symptoms of COVID-19, but he has been isolated right away, also given the age factor here for Joe Biden. According to a statement by the president himself, that while he has been isolated, but he will continue to work. This is election season, remember, for USA, and therefore at this time it will be imperative that he's at least seen and heard and is available, but at least for some days he will be isolated, but says will continue to work, also because there will be a lot of decisions that will have to be taken. Geeta Mohan is joining me for the latest on this. Geeta, while I remember, because earlier other leaders also continue to test positive for COVID-19, but clearly age factor could be a concern here. What details are you picking up about it?
Well, these are the details that are coming in from the President and the White House, but also that the organizers of the campaign event in Las Vegas, where he was scheduled to appear, which means it is going to affect the campaigning that he's supposed to do during and for the elections. These are mild symptoms. He's apparently healthy, and it is not affecting him in a very adverse way, because we all know COVID-19 can affect individuals in a very, very adverse way as well. For now, he's experiencing mild symptoms, is what is the White House saying, and that he will be returning to Delaware, where he will self-isolate and will continue to carry out all his duties fully during that time. But he is going to then miss a lot of campaigning and rallies. So certainly, Pooja is going to impact campaigning for the elections. And more the misses, more the problems and issues about, his age, health, and so on and so forth will continue.
But that's the whole question, the chorus perhaps, that should he step down. We have a big news on that. Geeta, please stay on with me, because the fact is, with the chorus growing, should Biden take a step back due to his age, health or coherence issues? Biden hints at stepping back due to health. Would that be correct? Because there was a recent interview that Joe Biden has given, and Joe Biden appears to have said, this is the big news that we are bringing to you right now, will drop out if the doctors advise and if there is a medical condition. While remember, he had said that I continue to be in race and there's absolutely no reason for me to take a step back. But it's a very interesting mention he said. He said, only if I'm diagnosed with a certain medical condition and if said by doctors that I cannot continue, will I take that step? Otherwise, I'm not going anywhere and I'm here to stay. So Geeta stays us with on that, Geeta. So first, let's listen into what Biden has said, and then I'll come to you.
If I had some medical condition that emerged, if the doctors came to me and said, you got this problem, that problem. But I made a serious mistake in the whole debate. And look, when I originally ran, you may remember it, I said I was going to be a transitional candidate. And I thought that I'd be able to move from this, just pass it on to someone else. But I didn't anticipate things getting so divided. And quite frankly, I think the only thing age brings a little bit of wisdom. And I think I've demonstrated that I know how to get things done for the country, in spite of the fact that we were told we couldn't get it done. But there's more to do, and I'm reluctant to walk away from that.
Now, remember, we've had leaders beyond a certain age group as well that have led their countries. For now, 81 is Joe Biden's age. But there have not just been that, but there have been coherence issues, movement issues. A lot of concerns have been raised, on which Donald Trump has jumped in to say, I can lead it better. But of course, he also has the Democrat support base. He's been winning primaries one after another. Geeta, what do you pick on the statement that he has said, that only if there's a medical condition? Is he saying if there's absolutely something serious that I cannot come out, will I possibly drop out? Otherwise, I'm not going anywhere.
Because that was the question, and it had to do with his mental state and his capability. COVID-19 is not questioning his capability, because the White House very clearly says that he will continue to carry out all his duties fully during that time, which means that there is no way that he's actually his capability to run office or to run the government has been questioned over here. and then they are not going to seek any medical advice on this count. So that has been made very clear, and is the reason why the White House has put that sentence out in the statement. Having said that, he's talking about whether if in the future he falls ill to the extent that he's incapable, or that his mental health is in a place where he's incapable of running for office or running a government, is when he will step back. So for now, President Biden making it very clear that he's not leaving the race. But there is immense pressure, Pooja, on him. There are important senators, congressmen, funders who have now started coming out, and according to reports, asking him to withdraw. Maybe we will have to see whether if he's going to take a decision after his COVID-19 or during the COVID-19 recovery period on whether he needs to stay or he wants to stay or not.
But it's already the month of July now coming to an end, and President Joe Biden becomes the oldest U.S. president to date. He'll be about 82, in fact, as if and when if he wins, to take the oath again. So there is going to be a lot of issues. But remember, it's not the age as much as other concerns that have been raised about his leadership. Geeta, stay on with me because non-stop updates are coming in from the USA, because if the Democrats are mulling over, should Biden say he is still most popular, but there are some celebrities also who have raised a concern, who've been earlier supporters of Biden. What about the Republicans? Republicans are also gearing up. They, of course, are also going all guns blazing now. Now with Donald Trump, that has made an announcement that J.D. Vance is going to be his vice president. Here's what is coming to us from the United States of America ahead of the acceptance speech. Vance praising Trump and said Trump took everything in his side. He comes back stronger every time. Vance's vice president acceptance speech after his name was officially announced by Donald Trump. But also it's interesting because now that we are very clear of who the Democrat candidates and the Republican candidates are going to be for the president position, Vance has said that Trump returns stronger every time. And he's not just referring to the incident of assassination attempt, but in general, every time there's been an issue concerning Trump, he's returned stronger and he's taken everything in his stride. Let's listen in to what J.D. Vance, now the vice presidential nominee for Republicans, has to say.
I joke with the president that, I'm very excited about this evening, and I don't plan to screw it up. But if I do, it's too late. He made the pick, right? It's official now. The media has lied more aggressively and slanderously about a guy, and he keeps on coming through it. He keeps on persevering. He keeps on fighting. President Trump has taken everything that they've thrown at him, and he's come out stronger, and the country has come out better for his service. We should be grateful to him, and I know that all of us in this room absolutely are. We saw it in really, really stark definition on Saturday, because I'm sure that all of you had a similar reaction to me. You see the video, your friends start telling you that, oh my God, they just shot the president. And then when I first saw the clip, I was worried. You saw him go down, and I didn't know what was going on afterwards. I was so terrified that we had just lost a great president, but it would have been an unbelievably terrible thing for our country in that moment in time. I was just so afraid for him and so afraid for our country. And then, of course, he stands up a minute later after they shot him. They literally shot him. And he raises his fist in the air, and he says, "Fight, fight, fight." He fires up the crowd.